Hello everyone. So today I'm going to demonstrate to you how GPT or any of the LLMs can be used to do brainstorming with the data. So as you can see on the screen right now, I am having three columns of data in a table. And first column is the countries, second column is some crops that are grown in those respective countries. So for Argentina, it is soya beans and maize. These are the common crops that are grown. And then the third column is having the cultures. So element has the famous foods or what kind of movies are seen over there or what kind of languages are spoken in those countries. So all over you can see that I have from Argentina to Russia 14 rows of the data. So first of all, I will import the data in a data set into the GPT. So what I will do is I will take a screenshot. Okay, I will take a screenshot of this and I will paste it to directly to my GPT. So I have this Gemini 2.5 Pro model over here, and I will just paste it, and then I will simply I have some ready-made prompts that I have stored in a text document beforehand, and I will just paste it, and I will ask it that extract the data from the image in a table. Okay, so it will analyze the image and it will extract the data in a moment, and it will show you. So of course, here is the data in the image in a table format. So data is extracted. So data is right now imported inside the GPT environment. The second step I will not tell, means I have not told GPT what this data is all about. I have told verbally in this video what this data is, how this what these columns are. Now I will ask GPT that understand the data and then ask me uh, the next step. So now it will run line by line and try to understand what the data is all about. Now you see it has what it has given up that got it. It has said that I've analyzed the table you provided that I have provided. It's a neat little data set connecting countries to some of their major agricultural crops and distinct cultural elements like festival, film industries, and languages. Now GPT is smart enough to understand what the all those data in the each column was all about. It has linked it, and it is also saying that data is structured with each country in its own row, but the crop and cultures column often contain multiple comma separated values. That is all fine. We can ask it to extract it separated wise, but we are not going to do that. We are going to do something more interesting. What interesting is that I'm going to do is first I will ask it to summarize. Give me some summary of the text in, let us say, about 50 words. Okay, so what it has just given up. Suppose I want to write a summary. So I will ask it to give me a summary of this data set. So this is given me the table links in a small concise manner. The table links 14 countries to their key agricultural products such as wheat, rice, and maize. It also lists distinct cultural touchstones for each nation, including famous festivals like Oktoberfest, Carnival, and so on and so forth. So this is a concise 50-word summary. Moving forward, I also want to, now let us suppose of those three columns, now it is understood what my data is all about. Suppose I want to add more columns. Right now I myself don't know, so I want GPT's help in help me brainstorming what kind of new columns can be added to this data set to make it more enriched. So what I will do is I will paste a new prompt that I will say to GPT that I want to expand the data to make it more holistic by adding three new columns, and suggest to me different alternative columns that can be added. So I'm executing it. So now as it will respond, it will give me some alternatives. So it is saying me excellent idea. Expanding the data set would definitely make it more powerful for analysis. Okay, I say okay, it's fine. So it gives me the alternative one is you can add geographical and demographic focus. I said okay. What kind of things can be added? It said that you can add things like in which continent these countries are. It asks me what is the population, add a demographic layer to it, or you can add the GDP of nominal GDP that provides an economic snapshot. And I go, okay, that's fine. It says that there's a second set of alternatives that you can add. These are cultural deep dive focus. So first is national dish and cuisine. What is a national dish? What kind of governments are there? What kind of dominant religions are there? So these are all the things that GPT is helping me to brainstorm. Now that these are also having third alternative, it says that it is go to agricultural and environmental focus. So here you can add like things like annual agricultural output, climate type, land area in per square kilometers. So now it has given me three alternatives and three columns like headers in each. What which one I would like to go for? So let us say that I want to go with alternative one only. So I will say that I will go with alternative number one. Show me the complete expanded data set now. So it has told me that it is adding the demographic and geographic and the demographic context that will make the data set much richer. And now you can see not only the country, crop, cultures, but it has also given me uh, coming to right hand side the continent, population, and the GDP nominal. So okay, that's all fine. Now it has made my data set enriched. Now I have 6 columns and 14 rows. But okay, now the thing is, can I ask GPT to help me understand what kind of questions can be answered? I may have some ideas that I can see which very easy questions that are which country in the list has highest population or the highest GDP, or which have the same continent, which countries belong to the same continent. But let us see, can it give me some more interesting questions that can be answered from this, only limiting myself to this data set. Well, let me ask GPT. So I am going to say that based on this complete data set, suggest 5 interesting questions that can be answered. So it has now given me the answers that, of course, now the data set is more comprehensive, and it is saying that we can ask questions that cross reference in different phases. That is what it has understood by interesting. And I also agree with that, that they are blending geography, economy, agriculture, and culture. So it has come, it is giving me these 5 questions. The first question is, like, it has given me header also, the billion plus club analysis. So it is saying that looking at two countries with over a billion people, what are their shared agricultural products, and do their massive populations correlate with having the highest GDPs in the specific data set? Very interesting question. Let us see another. European agricultural identity. Among the European countries listed, data France, Germany, Italy, and Russia, is there a dominant crop? Example, grain, fruits. And how does the GDP of a country that grows grapes, a high value crop, compare to that primarily grow grains like wheat and barley? So it has given me these 4 to 5 different questions that are much more integrated. They are not simple highest, lowest, or which continent comes multiple number of times, or which country is represented having the highest population. These are very simple questions that any person can see the data set and can answer. But now these integrated questions are making the analysis more interesting, the brainstorming portion of the data analysis more interesting. So I hope in this short video I made some uh, I helped my learners to understand how GPT can be used for brainstorming with our data set. And I will meet you soon in a second video which will having more about this data analysis. So thank you for listening to me. I see you soon. Thank you.